Can we talk about the positivity rabbit?
Yes, I would love to talk about
what
the
is that?
positivity rabbit.
Well, from Ashlyn R. Sullivan on Twitter, the Eagles have installed a positivity rabbit into their locker room. It showed up today, and the offensive line stressed to me that they are not sad. They just wanted a good vibes bunny. And it's this giant inflatable Easter bunny.
Respectfully, Eagles offensive line. This is the questions being raised by my good vibes bunny should be answered by my good vibes bunny.
Mhm.
Like, it's okay to be sad. You can say that you're sad. I think it's probably better if you admit that you're sad and then work through that.
I'm going to ask a question here. I don't really follow the NFL at all. How would you describe the Eagles season, just very briefly? Are they doing really good? Is it like kind of
disappointing?
They're 8-4. They're 8-4.
Okay, thank you. So they're 8-4, but everyone's upset. Is that how they're doing?
It's kind of like they've lost 2 in a row. They lost to the Cowboys,
2-game losing streak,
and then they lost to the Bears, and they play the Chargers, who are also 8-4.
Bad?
The Bears are good this year.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
So then that's okay.
That's new.
Yeah, the Bears are 9-4.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
They're such a bad NFL podcast. Jesus Christ, we're all here like, the Bears. That's a team.
They're
here's the thing, right? I don't follow the games day to day. I know the stereotypes about the teams, so I know that the Bears are probably pretty bad and they can't pass the ball. That's like just my forever image of the Bears.
Are the Bears Iowa?
There's a lot of
Iowa.
There's a lot of Iowa Bears crossover fans. It's ridiculous. So a little bit of it. But the Bears have never had a good passer ever.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I know the stereotypes. I'm just real quick, since we're talking NFL, are my 2 stereotypes here of the Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets being bad? Are they bad still?
Yeah, they're both.
They're bad.
I don't even have to follow the games. I don't have to watch. I know the NFL.
So the Eagles, basically, there's some unrest with the offensive coordinator. I think his name is Patullo. And Eagles fans that we follow on Blue Sky are very vocal on removing Patullo from the Eagles team. And the Eagles offense does not look great, even though the Eagles fans do oh my God, the sky is falling, but they're actually winning the game.
I mean, it's the Eagles fan is invented that meme where it's the team's logo and it's like, I want to kill myself. Nice, we won.
Nice, we won. Yes.
Yeah. So I mainly, I guess, consume the happenings in the NFL by seeing what people are saying on Blue Sky. Mm-hmm. Yes. And I do follow a number of Eagles fans. It's just I'll see them post about the Eagles and I cannot divine how the Eagles are doing.
I think they're in first in their division, but
well, and it's not because what they're saying is not clear. I can't read it. It's just I feel like you were upset no matter how they're doing. That's kind of what I see the angry posts. Mm-hmm. I have no idea if you're 4-8 or 8-4.
Does a giant inflatable Easter bunny positivity rabbit help?
Yes.
I mean, it is huge. This bunny is.
Would you be happier in any location if this bunny were there? The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Commish, how would your house's dynamic change if you gave this bunny to your children and erected it in your living room?
I would really be afraid that my near 3-year-old would hug it too much.
Is that a danger to set inflatables? This is way outside of my expertise.
Yes, definitely. I mean, we got her a Hello Kitty Christmas inflatable, and Hello Kitty had a candy cane, and the near 3-year-old attempted to continue to eat the inflatable candy cane.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So if I don't see this positivity bunny having anything to eat, but
you see a choking hazard.
It is a tripping hazard. It looks like it's 12 feet tall. I mean, it's a giant skeleton.
The positivity bunny is holding an egg.
It is.
And that is food
holding a
for
microphone or a paintbrush. I can't tell.
It's a paintbrush, I think. But that is food for 80% of this podcast.
Okay. Well,
I mean, It looks like it's designed for outdoors, but it's indoors.
Yes.
So you know it has a fan that's loud as shit.
Oh, of course.
Oh, 100%.
I assumed that all inflatables are technically designed for outdoors, but in reality, the heart wants them indoors.
Correct.
I want to know who's in charge of plugging in the Positivity Bunny.
They got a guy.
Is it like a team staffer?
I mean,
He's union.
He's union.
I don't know.
I gotta fucking plug in the bunny.
If I'm that guy, I put the Positivity Bunny on a Christmas light timer, and then I don't have to unplug.
There you go.
You gaffer tape the
Positivity
thing down so you don't have to trip over it, and you've got automated Positivity
You're
Bunny.
done.
Gaff tape is definitely the play because duct tape will destroy that thing if you have to remove it.
Yes.
Mhm.
I would also
Automated
like to introduce to
Positivity.
everyone the official Positivity Rabbit of the Sickos Committee,
Oh, there we got one.
who I
I
have
do.
here.
Oh,
Because Obnoxiously Pit Boyfriend found him at a thrift or at a vintage market for me and thought I would like him.
we have Positivity Bunny.
Perfect.
I will
feel
put a
more
picture of him in the
positive
chat.
about the podcast now.
I do. I feel much better now.
Welcome, everyone, to the Sickos Committee Podcast. This is the podcast for the evening of December 7th, 2025. As always, I am Jordan. With me tonight, I have Commish, Beth, Pitt Girl, and producer Arthur on the ones and twos. Pitt Girl, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. It's Sunday. I went to a vaguely Norse-themed winter festival at a local ski resort, which is actually a thing here in scenic central Pennsylvania. So glory to Uller, god of snow. Hopefully there will be many snow for Ski Round Top and other locations at which there should be snow.
Beth, how are you?
I am doing much better and glad to be back. Being sick.
Glad to have you back. Yeah. Commish?
Oh, good. Have just crazy weekend. A lot of fun. Did some things with the family. We went to like a walking Christmas light path thing.
Okay.
This is a thing in my town too.
Yeah, so this is this giant church we don't even go to. We happened to just like pass by it randomly one day, and it was already set up. And we're like, well, how do we go to this? And it was like we had to sign an email. I think we signed up to do this on November 8th.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, and so it's free or whatever to go. And we went to walk the path. It was great. We took photos. It was, a good time. This thing was intense too. It was ridiculous. You get to the church and you park here, and then the parking lot is so huge. It's like one of these mega churches.
Oh, yeah.
They had like golf carts offered you to transport you to and from the line.
Perfect.
And I was like, what is this? And I don't know. It was a good time. The 3-year-old went nuts with all the lights. And she was mad if we stopped. She was like, keep going, keep pushing, push the stroller. I'm like, okay, fine. We'll do that. But it was a good time. And, fun college football weekend too.
Sickos touching grass. Arthur, you went to volleyball?
Yeah, I mean, it's the NCAA volleyball tournament. Pitt is hosting not just the first 2 rounds, but then 2 more rounds. So I'll be back there this week. The thing that I discovered, the beverage of choice that I usually drink at Pittsburgh sporting events, Icy Light, no longer available at the Peterson Events Center. They've stopped selling it there.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? So I'm trying to figure out what happened, up to the point of like maybe actually doing real journalism. But Iron City Light, like they were not just like a beer available, but they were like an actual sponsor.
Yeah, they were the official beer of Pitt Athletics.
They were the official beer of Pitt Athletics. They had one of the club areas at the Peterson Event Center was the Icy Light Baseline Club. But
they're the official beer of every fight I've ever seen in Monaco.
Yeah, it appears that that this is no more because the icy light signage has been removed and you can't buy icy light at the games anymore.
Hey, maybe they'll finally legalize non-trademark infringement alma mater IPA.
One can only dream.
We need to start by talking about the playoffs.
Playoffs?
Playoffs.
But I wanted to talk about the positivity bunny.
But we have playoff chaos.
Oh,
There are teams that people feel like weren't worthy
yeah.
that came in and did amazing things.
Yeah. Very true.
We need to talk about Illinois State beating North Dakota State in the FCS playoffs.
Holy hell.
Y'all, this was the most shocking result of the weekend.
Yep.
This one, maybe John Carroll Mount Union, maybe the only other shocking result, but that one was just because it came down to it. This was wild. I'll talk about my touching grass after we talk about this game because it ties in. But I was listening to the North Dakota State call driving back, and the sadness, daggers. North Dakota State's out of the fucking playoff. The number 1 seed is gone.
Yeah. I think this is the first time they haven't made the quarter since like 2009.
Yes, since Frisco became a thing.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, it's not in Frisco.
Well, yes.
They lost their power.
That's why.
That's it.
Yeah.
They lost the Bison tracker. They didn't have one installed to Nashville.
Yeah,
this game was
it's,
nuts.
Changing your migratory patterns, I'm sure, is very difficult.
It's difficult for Bison.
That's why you don't put magnets next to large animals. I think. I don't know how it works.
I mean, who knows how magnets
How
work?
the fuck do they work?
How do they work?
Commish,
Yes.
we litigated this game the first time. The Bison won 33-16 in the regular season.
In normal Illinois. Like in normal. Like it wasn't this isn't the Fargo Dome.
It wasn't abnormal Illinois.
It was an abnormal.
It is difficult to win the rematch. It is often difficult to win the rematch.
And so I'm a quote that Arthur said on the previous podcast stuck in my head during this game. He says, "We'll just see how the depth is of the Missouri Valley Football Conference." And Illinois State is in the Missouri Valley Football Conference.
I will admit, this was not the team I was thinking about.
I know.
I was thinking a bunch of other teams that lost this week.
We'll get to another one because they had some depth in Georgia.
Your curse was wide-ranging.
Yes. So, I just first of all, I want to apologize to our North Dakota State fan Matt in our server. I'm sorry that we're starting the podcast with this game, but I'm sure he'll understand. So, I just want to go over the drive summary of this game because I had this on the quad box because there wasn't many options for the quad box. I had this one on the quad box, but it was just like in the upper corner and it was just on. And I didn't have the sound on it for a bit. And then, the sound eventually came to it. I was like, we're putting the sound on this one. So first quarter, Illinois State punt. Then North Dakota State 1 play, 78-yard touchdown. They're up 7-0. Next drive, Illinois State interception. North Dakota State punt. Illinois State punt. On that Illinois State punt, North Dakota takes the punt back to the house. So it's 14-0 North Dakota State. Next drive, Illinois State interception.
That's 2 interceptions so far.
That's 2. We're getting there. Mm-hmm. We're 40% of the way there. Second quarter, North Dakota State punt. Illinois State touchdown. Then they force a fumble of North Dakota State on the next drive. So it's 14-7. North Dakota State fumbles. Illinois
State's about to make this a game.
Yeah, about to make this a game, but then they throw a pick 6. So it's 21-7. Immediately after the pick 6, Illinois State gathers themselves. 14-play, 82-yard drive. I think it was about 7 or 8 minutes of a drive. It's 21-14. North Dakota State punt, a 3-and-out, and then basically kneel down and a half. 21-14 here.
This is about where I picked the game up.
Yeah. This is kind of like, I'm like, okay, it's 21-14. This is kind of interesting here. Third quarter, North Dakota State punt, 3-and-out again, and they lost 6 yards on this drive. But guess what happens? Illinois State interception.
Ooh.
That's their fourth.
Just that patented Illinois generosity.
Yeah, that's right. There's like, here you go. Take the ball, Bison. North Dakota State punt, 3 and out after that interception, and they lost 18 yards. They went backwards.
Something broke in them at halftime.
I don't know. It didn't seem like they were ever really in their drives were very short. Every single one of them, very short. I have a note for their longest drive of the game play-wise. Then Illinois State goes 15 plays, 49 yards, 8 minutes and 4 seconds, a turnover on downs at North Dakota State's 10. So they get nothing again. North Dakota State punt after the turnover on downs. Then Illinois State's 5th interception. They return it all the way down to Illinois State's 4-yard line. It's a 1-play touchdown drive for North Dakota State. They are up 28-14 at this point. You figure they got it in the bag, right?
This is where I stopped paying attention to the game.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, it's over now.
Right, the dagger.
Yes, Illinois State punt. Then North Dakota State punt. They go 3 and out again. Then Illinois State goes 10 plays, 56 yards, in 4 minutes and 4 seconds. They turn over on downs. Their quarterback was sacked on North Dakota State's 4-yard line. There is no way. Illinois State they can't do it, right?
Yeah,
At this point, it all is lost. North Dakota State punt. They go 3 and out again.
It's all you can do.
Illinois State actually gets the ball back, and they score a touchdown. Now it's 28-21. North Dakota State leads.
Hope
The
for
Redbirds.
Redbirds.
Hope for the Redbirds. The Redbirds have 2 timeouts remaining at this point. So there's you got to do the clock math here. You got a timeout. You got the 2-minute timeout. So North Dakota State gets the ball. They run for 1 yard. Illinois State timeout. They run for 5 yards on second down. 2-minute timeout. So Illinois State has 1 timeout remaining at this point. It's 3rd and 4. North Dakota State decides to drop back the pass for the first down. Illinois State sacks the quarterback. It causes a fumble at the same time, and Illinois State recovers this.
Oh no! Disaster! What a bad idea!
The radio call was apoplectic at this point.
So then Illinois State goes down in 6 plays where they took over the ball. 6 plays, 22 yards. They get a touchdown. And then they go for 2, and they get the 2 with exactly 1 minute remaining in the game. They now lead 29-28.
Can I just talk about that move real fast?
Yeah.
Because this is the play, folks. You are up against the big beast.
Mm-hmm.
You want to win this game. Overtime does not help you here.
Come back with your sword or on it.
We have been very clear on this point.
Yes.
I think there's arguments to both sides, right? Because you think about but you got to think about it, right? What's your chance of winning an overtime game with North Dakota State versus converting a 2-point conversion? Now,
Yes.
I don't know what the numbers are, but if, we talked about the past couple of weeks, hey, you have anything in your bag of tricks all season, you've been saving it. The time is now.
Yeah.
You go long enough in overtime, you're going to have to pull this 2-point conversions out anyways. You might as well run it now.
Yep. And that was exactly what I was going to say. With the new OT format, go for 2. You're going to have to do this anyway.
You just say otherwise it's I'll do my 2-point conversion in a half an hour.
Right. Yeah. I'm gonna use all my good shit later when I could just do it now.
Are you gonna get better at your 2-point conversion play that you haven't done all season in the next half an hour? No, you're not. Just fucking do it now.
And then Commish, this last North Dakota State drive, this is where the life comes out of the radio call.
The quarterback for North Dakota State gets injured on that fumble recovery. So they have to throw the backup in. Basically, the backup comes in for North Dakota State, has to come in the game, and hey, down 1, lead us to a field goal, get us to a field goal. North Dakota State goes 8 plays and 22 yards, a turnover on downs. This was the most plays in a drive for North Dakota State all game long. They did not have a drive longer than 8 plays the entire game.
Well, Commish, it's got to be because they were getting lots of first downs, right? How many first downs did they get in this game, Commish?
Not many. Not many at all. They were 2 for 13 on third down.
No, I want to know. I want to know their first down number, sir.
Okay, I didn't. Let's see here. 6.
Sace
Yes.
to Illinois State's 23.
Only one more first down than interceptions thrown by Illinois State.
Illinois State doubled him up on yardage.
An Illinois State interception does result in a first down for North Dakota State.
This is just the numbers got broken so hard here.
Yeah.
I want to shout out Tommy Rittenhouse.
Yes, Tommy.
What did
yes.
Tommy do? What were his numbers?
Tommy went 35 for 52, 249 yards. He went 3 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. And then so they interviewed him after the game, and what he said just reminded me of the Goofy meme that says, I'll fucking do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rittenhouse said, I'll do it again if we win by 1 point. I don't care.
That's right.
It's like, I'll fucking throw 5 interceptions again. I don't care. Where is he at on the Detmer chart after this game?
Scoreboard.
I'll have to rerun it because holy shit.
Yeah. So Rittenhouse set up his 5 interceptions. My first 3 interceptions were tipped at the line of scrimmage. They did a great job all game. That's really a tough defense to go against, but I just trusted the guys around me. Everyone was coming up to me saying it. I knew I was going to. That's all I could give us. That's all I could do to give us a chance. So look, man, this stat box, just looking at this box score is broken. Illinois State had 422 yards. North Dakota State had 179 total yards. They threw 5 interceptions, Illinois State. Yep. North Dakota State had 2 fumbles. That last fumble was the worst, of course. I mean, if you want to doubt the call on trying to pass for the first down on 3rd and 4 with 2 minutes remaining, I mean, sure. But North Dakota State rushed the ball 59 times for only 27 yards.
That is...
I'm sorry, 27 for 59. They only averaged 2.2 yards a carry. It was 27 attempts for 59 yards. That's...
I mean, that probably includes some sacks in there, but
yes.
That's still... That's not what you would expect from a North Dakota State.
Commish.
This game, totally... I still don't know how this happened.
Commish, can we talk about Brock SPAC real fast?
I will. The legendary mustache of Brock SPAC. The
legendary name of Brock SPAC. That's a load-bearing name.
It is. A Purdue grad.
I want to pronounce it the German way very badly, which would be Spock.
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 Yes.
Like every picture I have of him, like I'm dropping pictures, old, young, new.
Yes.
God damn.
This stash is incredible. And so you were wondering why they went for the 2. And so SPAC said after the game, it says, rather than try to kick the PAT and potentially send the game into overtime, SPAC opted to go for 2. Rittenhouse fired a dart to Scotty Presson Jr. in the end zone to put the Redbirds on top. SPAC said he and his coaching staff had no hesitation going for 2. I thought to myself earlier in the week, we got to go for 2. We met as a staff, and I said, listen, fellas, if it gets down here, we need to go for 2. Lo and behold, it came up, and we did. So there was really no waffling. Everybody knew. Like, he knew. It was like, if we have to go for 2, we're going for 2. I mean, he had this, like, ready to go all week.
Sam Herder on Twitter says Illinois State was a 23.5-point underdog today, and it trailed with 28-14 with a few minutes left to play. North Dakota State was minus 300 odds to win the national championship. They were the favorite, and they are done. We now have fun things like a possible Brawl of the Wild semifinal.
Hell yeah!
Yep.
Well, that was already possible.
That was already there, right?
Yeah.
But now we have
likelihood.
Yes.
The other side of the bracket becomes much more interesting now.
Yeah.
I do love that, it's almost like the coach foresaw this. Like the fact that this has a bit of a prophetic edge is kind of beautiful, given that this game ended with Big Sky Bridget ascending into heaven.
Yes.
I do think it's cool that, we can have this FCS playoffs where, we have underdog teams that come in and they get a shot, and, this time they make the most of their shot.
Yeah.
And I think that's cool. I think that's cool that they just have the opportunity to do this. And I mean, you can say, 20 plus point underdog, and, every once in a while it hits. And that's why we love college football.
Yep. Definitely.
Let's talk now about the other Dakotas.
Oh.
Because we had some Dakota issues this weekend.
They did.
I went and touched grass in Stephenville, Texas, to go watch Tarleton State Texans play. First off, it's a great stadium. The crowd, incredibly into it. It was a beautiful day. Tarleton State beats North Dakota 31-13. North Dakota fans showed up, which was great to see them make that trip there. I drove the 2 hours. I showed you guys this, but I'll mention it for the podcast. First off, I now have an open invite to sit with the band because the band director follows us.
Hell yeah.
All right.
And then the school president commented on us and said that the next time we'll use the suite.
Oh.
Which is, let me tell you guys, we're moving up in the world. Let me tell you, this is number 4 FCS Tarleton State.
That is very kind of you, Mr. University President, sir. Have you met us? Because I'm not sure that you want us in your suite, but I do appreciate the offer.
That's hurtful. I'm almost housebroken.
We're not indoor trained.
We are not.
Great.
So when you said they had issues with Dakotas this weekend, so I just searched issues with the Dakotas, and it was just nothing but problems with Dodge Dakotas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just issues with
what kind of problems do they have?
Oh my god.
I mean, they don't make that car anymore, right?
I don't think so. It says it's like 5 Dodge Dakota years to avoid in common problems.
I will say that Tarleton State did a great job this game. They basically went out and rolled them. Yes, sir?
Well, I mean, you know what? With the results this week, a lot of the remaining FCS teams they did dodge the Dakotas.
They did.
Oh, that's good.
They stopped making the Dakota in 2011. For the last 2 years, it was a Ram Dakota. But you don't want those because those are Chrysler ones.
Oh.
Like the late Chrysler ones.
Yeah, I mean,
It's all Chrysler, but
corporate ownership has improved at all.
No.
I say this as someone who drove 2 consecutive Chrysler Sebrings.
Sebring.
I will say that I got to see my first in-person tarps off section.
Oh.
Isn't it majestic?
It is. They refer to them in the Tarleton State write-up as the tarpless Texans, which I like.
Oh, that's funny.
Sneaky loud, the tarpless sections.
Oh, yeah, because you get the flapping.
Yeah, and the yelling.
My kid was like, why are they naked? I was like, well, they're not naked. They're just shirts off.
Nope, they're naked. Nailed it.
Naked.
Good job,
He's
buddy.
like, but he goes, why would people take their shirts off at a football game? It's like, well, there's
because dudes rock.
I went with that, and he's like, I don't understand. I was like, okay, that's that time.
Versus my nephews who were both like, Aunt Beth, we need to go over there. That's where we need to be. The mountains are calling.
Very cool thing. I got there late and had not bought tickets in advance because why would you do that? So as I was walking to the stadium from the parking place, I get my phone out to buy tickets, but the link is gone. So I have to go up to the ticket booth and buy tickets to a game.
Ooh.
They handed me paper tickets.
Wow.
They had the WAC logo on them, a conference they have not been in this year.
I
not for a while.
You would start driving because this is not like a totally insignificant drive for you.
2 hours.
I like that you would start the drive before buying tickets. Like even if it's an event where I'm confident that it's not going to sell out, I'd take care of that before I got in the car.
Yeah, you haven't met my dad. We went to the Super Bowl with the Saints without buying tickets, and we started driving.
You've described my dad.
Yeah.
You telling this story on the show?
Yeah, it is. Anywhere I used to go with my dad to a sports game, we did not have any tickets ever. and we would go. He would just get them there, and he kind of used me as like the guy to find tickets when I was a kid, especially going to Tulane games in the Superdome. I was just like, I'd go towards the ticket counter, and I was like, then like a Tulane alumnus would just be like, "Hey kid, you looking for tickets?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "How many you need?" He was like, I was like, 2. He was like, "Here you go," and I'm like, "Okay." It's like, I was like, "Okay, free tickets." Like whatever.
Commish, I need to. Our fathers are both of the Pittsburgh persuasion.
Yes. Yes.
And I need to know, did your father ever take you to a game that had already occurred because he got the game time wrong?
I don't think so.
Okay.
My dad was pretty good with time awareness. In that situation, there's one where we would get there late and then sneak in.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was common.
I could have done that. I could have done that at a Penn's Stanley Cup playoffs game in 2017 and didn't, and I kind of regret it. They let me and one of my friends, we had gone to like post up outside and watch the game on the Jumbotron because it's free
on Mario's screen. Yes.
Yes, as you do when you're a college student. And they let me and my one friend in to go to the gift shop to buy something for my one friend's girlfriend, now wife. And we realized after we walked back out that we could have just kept going and stood somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a lot of memories of going to games and just being like, I'll get a ticket there. The one thing I remember when I was a kid, you would go to PNC Park and the scalpers would actually pay you to take Pirates tickets.
No. Please, I don't want to hold these. These burn. These burn my hands.
The games have already started.
Next,
go in.
Next Dakota down is South Dakota State. You went into Missoula.
Yeah.
And
I'm
Montana
sure it was fine.
Montana rolled you 50-29.
Ouch.
Ow.
There was a point where South Dakota State was up early, but then like Montana like answered immediately. And then Montana got a touchdown like right before the half. With it was a beautiful touchdown pass from Ayat for that to take the lead into the half. Then they opened the second half with the touchdown. And nobody else scored in the third quarter. And then they hit the touchdown to make it 36-14 the beginning of the fourth. And then they were just trading touchdowns the rest of the time in the fourth quarter to make it 50-29.
Positivity bunny.
Positivity bunny. I mean, think about that, Jackrabbits. Maybe you can have a positivity bunny.
Their positivity bunny, I think, is being made into a fine French dish. The Dakota that survived.
Thank you, Pitt Girl.
The surviving Dakota.
The Sickos Committee official positivity bunny is here for all your positivity bunny needs.
All your positivity needs.
I will keep him here.
The South Dakota Coyotes beat Mercer 47-0. At Mercer.
This has to hurt North Dakota State fans and South Dakota State fans.
Yes.
And probably North Dakota fans. Like the only remaining Dakota is the Coyotes, which I think all three of those Dakotas that got eliminated all hate South Dakota. Mm-hmm. They hate the Dakota Dome. They've called it, was it like I think one of our South Dakota State fans wrote, it said it was like a wastewater treatment plant. Like if you look at the Dakota Dome, if you look at it in I think it was in our
Can't have Ames without the Dakota Dome.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was in our like a sewage wastewater. It was in the write-up that we did for the beginning of the year.
Okay.
The preview. And it was just like, I'm like, oh God, like the Dakota Dome. And I looked at it, I was like, I kind of want to go to this dome now because it looks like somebody's like, this is a sewage wastewater plant on the outside. And I'm like, oh yes, this is my kind of.
Brutalism is beautiful, baby.
It looks like something you'd find at like a maintenance facility on the turnpike.
Yes, yeah. So
like
you
can
see this is the shed where they keep all the road salt. Yep.
Oh yeah, it is.
So I feel like
it might host Cirque du Soleil sometimes.
All the Dakotas had their power sapped from them, and it all went to the Coyotes. Because, God, did they obliterate Mercer.
Powered by road salt.
Just the Coyotes had 550 total yards. Mercer had 4 interceptions. They won 47-0 against the Bears. 47-0 in Macon.
In Pennsylvania upset news, Villanova beats Lehigh 14-7.
Nova Nation.
Clap,
I'm
clap,
hurt,
clap,
man.
clap.
I'm hurt.
This is pontifical.
This hurt me.
This is pontifical now. This is an
Yeah.
issue.
They're on a mission from God.
They're on a mission from God.
Deus Lovolt.
Man, the thing when I knew the game wasn't going Lehigh's way is when they fumbled, and then you saw the graphic. It says Lehigh hadn't lost a fumble all year. I was like,
done, toast.
Yeah.
Damn it.
No,
Damn
I
it.
knew-
The
Death
Pope
by
did it.
Chiron.
was doomed against whichever team it was where they finally turned the ball over to. I was like, oh, yep, that's it. This kills the deck.
It's just like your luck is just run out, and I was so bummed. And then Nova hits like a beautiful pass to take the lead 14-7 with like, I think maybe 4 minutes left in the game. Lehigh fights back. Their quarterback is just running for his life on every single play. He gets all the way down to Nova's, I think, 15-yard line. And then they call like a quarterback draw. And he gets down to the 8. And then they fumble again. So their second fumble on Nova's 8. Going in to try to tie the game at 14s, which it's such a bummer for the Mountain Hawks. I really enjoyed them, but Nova's defense basically shut down everything that they would do. Their running back kind of got hurt too. He hurt his ankle. He had like 80-something yards on 12 carries, but he got hurt. Luke Yoder, the one that scored 4 touchdowns.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Against Lafayette.
And who is
just a bummer for
surprisingly
Lehigh.
from Florida, not Lancaster?
Yes, he was from Florida, yes. And then Lehigh outgained Nova, too, by about 100 yards, 339 to 235. So, bummed for the Mountain Hawks to have the season end this way. But, I mean, what are you going to do against the Pope's team?
Stephen F. Austin wins the rematch against Abilene Christian, 41-34. Our friend Jay Arnold was at this game covering it for Dave Campbell's Texas Football, which is great.
Oh.
We had people. We had folks all over Texas FCS football this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And Commish, where does Stephen F. Austin have to go next?
Montana State.
That's right. It's bad.
On Friday night.
Rip.
At like 8 p.m.
Oh, it's going to be so cold.
I don't know, because we'll talk about Montana State in just a second. But Stephen F. Austin takes care of business in the shootout, 41-34. Stephen F. Austin gets 17 points in the, not 17 touchdowns. That would have been a lot.
Wow.
No, they get 17 in the fourth, and Abilene Christian's only turnover of the game was in the fourth to basically help the Jacks seal it.
Damn.
Sam Vidlak passed for 357 yards, a career high. Also, Kylon Harris had a phenomenal catch to basically put the Jacks up for good. 183 yards receiving, and incredible game for the Jacks. I'm sure the atmosphere, I think it was Homer Bryce Stadium, is what it's called. The atmosphere, great in Nacogdoches. Now they get to go to Bozeman. So Southland teams going north outside, not always good. But let's see what the Jacks got.
Hey, Villanova has to come to Stephenville, Texas next weekend.
Yeah.
That's gonna be something.
That'll be fun.
Montana beats Yale 21-13. Yale gives them hell.
Montana State.
Montana State. Thank you.
Yes, gotta add the states.
The states are load bearing, Jordan.
Yeah, not the first time I fucked that up today.
Yeah, you tend to do that every now and then. You drop the states, you say hoot hoot instead of hooty hoo. Yeah.
Wrong owls, wrong cougs.
wrong owls, wrong cougs, all the stuff.
Fucking hell.
I mean,
I just yell
you
hoot
got
and assume
CUSA
that people will add the
Sentinel.
appropriate suffix.
So the CUSA
Can we
Sentinel.
just say CUSA? I know they
CUSA.
don't want us to, but
No,
this is an auditory medium.
This is the shitty parody account that I got suckered in by a fake.
Oh,
by an AI.
Cusa Centel. Yes.
Yeah, it was talking about some shit like a bowl game in Montgomery or something.
Oh, cool.
Montgomery,
It's like
it was
Swoop
just
Swam, but even better.
very bad. I love this game was good. Montana State kind of had it. It was like 21-6, and then they just couldn't do anything anymore. So credit to Yale. There was no snow, so it was just cold and really not too windy. There was some drama after the game when Montana State's coach like yelling at his players when they were all circled up around the Bobcat on the field after the game. Also, there was an issue with the Montana State running back yelling at the coach in a viral video, which kind of went viral. The statement from the running back, Davis, indicated, says that ESPN misconstrued a moment in the previous game. He was not smack talking the Yale players. He was actually dapping up a former teammate from Wisconsin. He apologized to the coach, to the team, and everybody there. He says, arguing the way he did, it was wrong. He shouldn't have done that. He got caught up in the heat of the moment. But it looked like he was trying to give him a dap, and the coach was like, no, get away from the player. Don't fight with him.
Oh, gotcha.
So, yeah, it was – let's see if they come back stronger, because they're moving on to the next round, and it was not up to Montana State standards. It is a win. You survive in advance, but let's see what happens with the Bobcats next round.
And then lastly, we had the late game, Rhode Island at UC Davis. UC Davis wins this one 47-26. It's a back and forth game until UC Davis sort of opens it up.
I kind of feel like Rhode Island went to sleep at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hey.
I was incredibly grateful because it meant I got to go to bed.
Yeah, this was like Rhode Island was essentially back and forth with UC Davis. I think it was 25-20 at the half. UC Davis was up. And it just seemed like Rhode Island, like as soon as they took the break, it's kind of just like if I sit down, I'm not going to be able to get back up.
Mm-hmm.
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 Because Rhode Island was up at, the game started at 10 p.m. Eastern for Rhode Island. And so like halftime's at midnight.
Yeah,
and it's like, hey, it's like, hey man, what am I doing up this late? But UC Davis goes to win. I love this game because the whole time, if you're Illinois State, whoever wins this game, that's where you were going next. So you're just like, am I going to the West Coast or am I going to the East Coast?
Mm-hmm.
So like East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, like whoever scored. But then UC Davis kind of put it on them at the end, and just Rhode Island made a mistake on a fumble, and UC Davis took advantage, and that was pretty much it. Just started rolling from there for the Aggies.
So let's jump to then talking about some of our conference championship games. On Friday, we had 4 games on at once, which caused, it was a good quad box because all games, 3.5 of those games were pretty good.
It was funny going into YouTube TV. It's like there's exactly 4 FBS conference championships games right now, and still trying to find the quad box that actually has all 4 games.
I had to build my own.
Yeah, it was a build your own adventure.
Yeah, I had to do that too. There was so much stuff. It was trying to be like, oh, we have 3 games and then also this TV show.
Yeah. Would you like to watch 3 games and a rerun of Night Court?
Sure.
Yes, absolutely. Da, da, da. Kennesaw State 19, Jacksonville State 15.
Some goddamn claves.
I know. Kennesaw State was up 12-0 going into the 4th.
Yeah.
And then we had our first CUSA safety since 2007 in a championship game.
Yeah.
Yay!
So they got the safety. They were up 10-0. They got the safety, and it was 12-0. And then that angered the chickens.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jack State was furious after that.
They took that safety personally.
They did. They did take it personally. Because after that, they rattled off 13 straight. 15 straight to make it 15-12. Yeah. Because I forgot about that phenomenal catch for 2. The 2-point conversion was incredible catch for Jack State. And it's 15-12, and it's just like, okay, the world is falling down on the Owls. Like, how do they bounce back? They're on the road. They're crazed in Jacksonville, Alabama. I don't even know how they summon the strength. The 4th and 14 conversion by the quarterback.
Yep.
Beautiful. That run was incredible. He got to the pylon. He was like two yards past it. And then they got the late hit penalty on top of that. and man, they got the touchdown. They won Conference USA. Shout out to Jerry Mack, Conference USA Coach of the Year. Giant hooty hoo, second year in FBS. You are now the Conference USA champions. Amazing year, 10-3.
Neville Dean for Kennesaw State had never scored a touchdown before, and his first one was the winning touchdown of the game.
Hooty hoo!
That was great.
It was wonderful.
And snap Jacksonville State's 11-game home winning streak.
Look, man, Jacksonville State, great team also. Really, really good team. Tough loss. But again, it was a rematch game. So rematches are tough to win. Sometimes you're just clearly better than the other team. And, but a lot of these rematches, they went the opposite way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Before we move off this game, I would like to formally acknowledge the Jacksonville State kicker for making a truly tremendous hit in the midst of this game, by the way.
He forced the fumble on the safety kick.
It was very good.
Garrison Ripper the kicker with the hit. Ripper the kicker. Shout him out. I think who was Jacksonville State's punter? Hold on. I think sorry, we can cut this if we have to.
At the same time, we had the Sun Belt Championship game. JMU 31, Troy 14. The JMU students were pelting the Troy punter who was back in his own end zone with snowballs. And at first, none of them hit him. And so the coach was trying to argue, well, they didn't hit him. Or the ref was trying to argue, well, they didn't hit him. And the coach goes, yeah, but it fucks up how you play the game if you're waiting there.
If you're worried about it. Yeah.
They had the AD out there begging people not to throw snowballs.
The AD was just like, please, don't throw. They're going to give us a penalty.
Thinking about when Cal had to do that, just be like, stop it.
Wilcox was just like, stop throwing these cards that you got or whatever on the field.
Don't make me do the disappointed dad voice, because I will.
I mean, I feel like there were a few games this weekend where you watch and it's like, yeah, okay. They were the better team. Like it felt like a very expected outcome, maybe in hindsight, if not previously. James Madison, they had a tremendous year. And Troy, according to Jordan, there was some Troy fan that was like upset with the coach or something. So, at the end of the day, James Madison, they feel like the rightful champion of the Sun Belt. This feels like a coronation, I would say.
Watching this game, Troy was fighty. And I want to give a shout out to their quarterback, Goose Crowder.
He got hurt,
broke his collarbone.
Oh, boy.
He broke his collarbone earlier in the season, and he came back two or 3 games ago. And he came back like as a backup in that obliteration by ODU that they had to play on Thursday night. But then he was able to lead them to a couple of wins. And he is incredibly tough. It was a back and forth game with him in the game. And then he got hurt, like rough leg injury. And so he couldn't even put any weight on it. So I'm incredibly bummed for him. And I feel like if he could have stayed healthy, this could have been like a 1-possession game towards the end, because like Troy lost a lot of their fight and JMU was able to pull away at the end. JMU is clearly, was clearly the cream of the crop of the Sun Belt. But, again, sometimes in a championship game, you can get caught off guard. And it was setting up that way until that injury, and it kind of just sucked the life out of Troy. But congrats to JMU. They played a great game. They didn't make any mistakes. Wayne Knight, their running back, incredible.
Not that Wayne Knight. Not that
Wayne Knight. Not the one from Seinfeld, or not the one from
Jurassic
not
Park.
that Wayne Knight. Yeah, Jurassic Park. Definitely not that. Not that one.
Best game of the night, Tulane 34, UNT 21. It was a great game. North Texas had more turnovers. That was why they lost. It's fine. I'm emotionally okay with this.
That does kill the mean green, unfortunately.
It does. We're not going to do a ton of bowl talk tonight, but it does send the Mean Green to New Mexico, which is a fine bowl game against San Diego State.
Dude,
But
I love that for North Texas.
it just feels weird to go from almost playoff to New Mexico Bowl.
Snacks, though.
It's the best trophy in all of the bowl season.
Right.
The pottery, the hand painted pottery. That's and then now you can have the North Texas Mean Green chilies.
Hey,
That's right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I do
jealous.
like here.
I want some chilies.
North Texas 5 turnovers. You know, I mean, we saw with Illinois State 5 turnovers was the key to victory, and they turned the ball over 5 times and get the win.
I'm just gonna say this. You know, it had to be 5 interceptions though. Like North Texas had 2
that's
fumbles.
true.
So,
the fumbles are what
you know,
did it.
Mestamaker needed 2 more interceptions, and they probably would have beat Tulane. Throw 2 more interceptions, you would have won North Texas. But
that's how math works.
Also, North Texas' Caleb Hawkins, their great running back, also goes out at some point. He gets hurt, which limited the game to only the passing game. Which
it became. I mean, they're pretty pass heavy anyway, but it became difficult for them to move the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this is though, like, I want to give credit to Tulane because
their defense is very good.
They went out and like they won this. Like you talked about with some previous Tulane games that they won, but you didn't think they played that well, and I thought they played well in this game. I also I feel like in this game I start looking at like North Texas's actual conference schedule, and it's like, oh, you know, they really did avoid a number of teams, right? Like they didn't play Tulane in the regular season. You know, a lot of the other good American teams they kind of managed to avoid, and like I'm pretty satisfied with Tulane as, you know, in the playoff as the representative for the American Conference. Like it feels now like, oh yeah, like that was the team, you know.
I will acknowledge some interesting Green Wave home cooking.
just a little.
We don't. I mean, the questionable kick catch interference, they didn't call it. Everybody was doing the screenshot of it, but then I watched the video back, and like the person like totally blocked the person into the North Texas returner who was waving it away, and the person that pushed the Tulane person into the returner. Because I mean, this was a like full extension push, like full force push, and then the person that pushed like went to go get out of the way of the punt, and that's who the ball hit. So that was kind of just like a ball don't lie there, I would say, for that one. The pick six, I didn't really see the angle, but I don't know about that one, man. I don't know about that one. But yeah. That was, I mean, credit for Mestamaker sticking his head in there trying to make a play. So that was kind of, but congrats to Tulane. I'm glad they were kind of able to put a complete game together. There was a point where the game got a little bit into the chaos zone, the Tulane chaos zone, as our friends at Fear the Wave on Twitter post. It was 31-21. We're like, oh God, here we go. And Tom Fornelli was just like, I've watched enough Tulane football to know they will either go 3 and out, or they'll go on like a 7-minute drive and basically kill the rest of the clock. And that's kind of what they did. They went on a 7-minute drive, killed the clock, got a field goal. It was 34-21. And they were able to get another interception in the end zone to take it. I can't even imagine. Like, 98 Tulane was just like such an anomaly for me as a kid growing up.
Right.
Like, I'd like to see this sustained Tulane success is, again, it's like something I never thought I would see ever. But again, now it's like, hey, you can kind of pay players with NIL. And I mean, Tulane is kind of a moneyed small school. So
sort of Vandy-ish.
Yes, it's kind of like they have pockets, they have deep pockets, but they don't have as much of deep pockets as some other ones. So, but for the G5 level, they got some of the deepest pockets.
Then we had, of course, death, taxes, and Boise State winning the Mountain West. Boise State 38, UNLV 21. That's 3 straight titles. UNLV has lost to Boise 5 times through 734 days.
That's so many.
That's just, they play Boise State a lot. And then I found this fact out that UNLV has not beaten Boise since 1976.
Oh.
Basically 50 years.
Yep.
Well,
I was like,
good news. They're
haven't-
not going to be in the same conference.
Yeah, it's good. They only met like 13 times in those 50 years or total, but they still haven't beat them since 1976. It's like, that is just an incredible stat to throw out of nowhere. And I love that we got the Maddox Madsen family graphic again.
Oh, because he was back. Yes.
Hell
because,
yeah.
like, they threw that up. It's like, man, look at this. Like, it's back. The graphic is back.
All of his siblings are named after famous baseball players, including the sister,
Yeah.
like Maddie Joe or something.
I believe we have an edit somewhere of the woman with the chalkboard
Yes.
with the baby names,
Yes,
but it's Madsen children.
Mm-hmm.
Women with chalkboard. Yes.
Women with chalkboard, yes.
Mhm.
Let's do our ad read now. As always, if you want to dress like the Sickos Committee, Home Field Apparel, the official and exclusive apparel brand of the Sickos Committee. It is comfy. They have lots of Tulane and Kennesaw State things. So if you want to celebrate that, Commish is wearing his greeny Tulane shirt.
Yep. Green in the cars.
Green in the car.
Yep.
Beth is wearing, of course, her
Stephen F.
shirt.
Austin.
Stephen F. Austin.
And the Thick Six shirt from Pitt Girl. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, they don't sell that one anymore. That was a limited time run, right?
It was a fundraiser for Feeding America.
Oh, I have that shirt also.
We have.
Oh, you got the Centenary hoodie on, but that's not home field though.
That's not Home Field.
It's an awesome hoodie though.
And we do like our
We love
Jets
you.
and
We
Lady
love
Jets.
you. Go Gents. We love you, Centenary.
Lady Gents.
And Lady Gents.
Gents of all
Oh,
persuasions.
Folks, the Duke's Mayo Bowl is set. Probably the little bit of bowl talk we're going to do today. That is Wake Forest versus Mississippi State.
Oh my God.
A lot of the Sickos Committee is going to be there. Some will be up in the press box. Some will be in the stands. Some will be in the Mayo Maniac section. But we will find a time to say hi to everyone. We will have stickers. We will say hello.
Yes.
We will do all those things possible.
I just like the Mayo Bowl innovating, because like even us coming in, like we had graphics and stuff. We were like, okay, it's going to be like a bowl eligible team. Like they're light years ahead of us by picking a team that was not bowl eligible.
I mean, they didn't even have Mississippi State on the graphic, man. Like
I know, right?
Well,
That's
we
what-
all thought Mississippi State wasn't going bowling, but
No, they're 5-7.
Duke's out here playing like 5-dimensional chess.
What could
Right.
be more sickos than us having a 5-7 team in a game that we're going to? In a
I
bowl game that we're
do.
going to. Yeah.
I will say I was hoping Pitt would go to the Duke's Mayo Bowl, but this is a very good answer. I do like this.
I love Wake because Wake is insane.
Yes.
They play incredibly weird football. This is an incredibly
Don't
sickos
preview
matchup.
yet. Don't preview this
Yeah.
game yet.
I'm just hyped. I'm hyped for this matchup.
I've seen some Wake Forest fans in this stadium before.
Okay. Well,
tell you.
in the ACC championship, yeah. So it may be a different circumstance. They may be better.
We are going to the Starkville of North Carolina.
Yeah.
Listeners, if you're listening to this, our Sickos National Championship poll is still open.
Yes.
It will be open until Wednesday, December 10th. After that, we will declare our national champion, the People's Champion, and then we will start our annual food bank / pantry fundraiser for whoever wins for that area. We
I'm
have worked
working-
with. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was saying I'm working on a special tchotchke to send to you guys. If you get a certain dollar donation to this, whoever wins, I'm working on something like that. We're gonna have something pretty cool, I think, for the tchotchke, along with some stickers. If you hit a certain dollar donation, but don't forget to vote in the poll because there's always somebody in the replies. Say, I forgot to vote this. No, don't. We yell at you enough.
Yeah.
Follow us.
Vote
Follow us.
now on your phones.
Do it.
Vote now, unless you're
Vote
driving.
now. Unless you're driving, don't do that. Maybe at a red light. No, that's not enough.
Yeah,
time.
if
Don't
I'm not,
vote and drive.
if I'm
No.
not allowed to post and drive, you're not allowed to vote and drive.
You
No, I
are
can't
not
do that.
allowed to post and drive.
No.
Read our Beehive, where we have our weekly synopsis, our stat summaries, and our weekly food fusions.
Behave.
Not doing that. The stat summary is kind of done for
It's
the videos.
over. Okay, so we'll have new things.
On Monday, which this will be a day in the past, but I wrote 5,100 words on my trip to the Kibbe Dome.
That's so many.
It is
So
a
many
lot
words.
of words.
Commish, downright literate.
When
Yeah.
does the word cap kick in on Beehive?
It was I was at 96% of the word count.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
at the end. I was just like, I'm just gonna end this here, and I'm near the cap. I'm like, I'm gonna end this here.
Is it better to do that, or is it better to exceed the cap and have to send one more message that's like
I'm not-
2 words?
I'm not.
yeah.
No, yeah, I was
I
not
do
gonna
like
do
this,
that.
like we're doing. It's like you're Charles Dickens, and we're doing Great Expectations in installments in the newspaper, which is
Yeah.
how that actually was published.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. I enjoyed writing it. It's a long story on how, like, how long it took me to get there, what all I did in basically the 48 hours I was there, and then just explaining the story of going on the freaking Kibbe Dome roof, which I have photos, never before seen photos of the roof on the Kibbe Dome and in the internal organs of the Kibbe Dome, which is it's incredible. I added some YouTube videos too that'll be linked in the page too. So they're scheduled to release on Monday too. So enjoy those. It was a lot of fun, and I thank you for being patrons and helping us do a trip like this, along with Big Sky Bridget. Her entire photo album that she took of every single game is in that post too.
Folks, if you want to become a patron, $5 a month, join our Discord.
Just
Join our
$5.
Patreon. Just $5, $125 a week. We give you that much enjoyment.
Mhm.
We have
Yeah,
lots
you
of-
can see the good vibes bunny.
Oh, exactly right, because it's in the Discord.
It's in the Discord.
Go to our merch store, sickoscommittee.org. We'll have some new stuff up going forward. I'm going to get our Wide 8 material up there.
Yeah.
Go to our YouTube. Go to our YouTube and our TikTok, where we have our Sickos Committee advent calendars, where every day we tell you a fun story from college football past. We've been doing one a day. They've all been good.
The YouTube one that we tried to put up for the Boise Statue of Liberty was just totally blocked.
Weird.
It was just like, nope, can't use that. Totally blocked. I'm like, damn.
Well,
Okay.
it's on
Rude.
TikTok and it's on Instagram.
Yeah.
Follow us on Twitch, where we do some chatting.
I think
throughout
it's
the
blocked
week.
on Instagram too.
It wasn't
there we-
a couple minutes ago.
No, it's not there on Instagram.
Oh, it's gone now.
Oh.
Oh no, there it is. Okay, it went there. Perfect.
Shout out to Message Board Geniuses podcast. They go the places we refuse to go. And shout out to Feature Mascot podcast, where our friends Jeff and Blue cover the culture around college football.
Shopify's point of sale system helps you sell at every stage of your business. Need a fast and secure way to take payments in person? We've got you covered. How about card readers you can rely on anywhere you sell?
Thanks. Have a good one.
Yep, that too. Want one place to manage all your online and in-person sales? That's kind of our thing. Wherever you sell, businesses that grow with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 a month trial at shopify.com/listen. Shopify.com/listen.
On Saturday, we had 6 FBS games. We will go take them in order, starting with Texas Tech 34, BYU 7. This happened the way I thought it was going to.
Yeah. Texas Tech, you scary.
There was
Texas
not
Tech
6
scored four
FBS
second half
games.
turnovers. Say
Yeah.
it again, Commish?
The SWAC
There was only
FCS
5.
conference.
I snuck the SWAC in there.
Oh, you struck the swag in here. Sorry, I missed that.
Sneaky
Sneak-
swag.
Sneaky
BYU
SWAC.
has held to 200 total yards, and this is the first time Texas Tech has won a Big 12 title in program history, and they won 12 games by 20 plus points.
It's their first time that they've won a conference championship since the 1994 5-way tie of the SWC.
Mhm.
Their first outright conference championship since 1955. I think that was in the Frontier Conference.
You notice how they weren't.
Oh, the Border Conference. Sorry.
Notice how they weren't taking credit for that 94 title.
No, I was like, they did not want to talk about the 5-way title, and because Texas A&M was 10-0-1 and ineligible, and their only tie was to 0-10-1 SMU.
To bad at SMU, like post death penalty bad.
I feel like that was basically the basis for the movie Necessary Roughness.
Mhm.
But Necessary Roughness came out before what occurred in the SWC.
So I think that the fan turnout at this game was really impressive. Like Jerry World is a big stadium, and they put a lot of people there. Not just Texas Tech, but also BYU. Like BYU was up for this game too, but I mean Texas Tech, they really showed out. They booed Brett Yormark when he came out to do the trophy at the end. I do think, like, not to bring in too much playoff talk, but I kind of wish that they would have given Texas Tech another game here, because they did such a good job filling it. But they're sending them to, I believe, Miami instead. But
Sure.
I believe in you, Texas Tech fans. I think you can make the trip.
I love the fact, like, BYU is a great travel team. Like, they bring when they were at the Alamo Bowl last year against Colorado, I mean, like the entire BYU side was filled.
Well, also, they're just BYU fans everywhere,
right? Like because of the church, like they have pull pretty much wherever they go, but especially across like the western part of the country, where there are more Mormons out there.
Did you get any crumble cookies? I'm curious about this.
Oh,
did you not make it to crumble?
So here's the thing. So I've looked into it, right? So we record this podcast on Sundays and Tuesdays, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now the problem is Crumble is one of those businesses that's closed on
Sundays, yes.
Which kind of surprised me, not because of their vibe. Like their vibe is a closed on Sundays, but like I'm surprised that like a cookie business is sustainable closed on Sundays.
I mean, they are. It's like Chick-fil-A.
I know Chick-fil-A, but the thing with Chick-fil-A is like I feel like fast food, like maybe you get that on your way home from work, or I mean they have breakfast to work, right? Whereas something like cookies, I feel like if I'm like, well, I'm gonna get a bunch of cookies, I feel like I'm doing that on a weekend.
So counterpoint,
they cater a lot of stuff.
And also like I'm getting an alternative to a box of sad donuts for my office.
There is something that I will say that they do every week. They have new flavors. So it's kind of like it's a flavor refresh for them on Monday. So every Monday you're like, oh, what are the flavors this week?
New thing.
It's very PA ice cream stand in vibe. Most of the PA ice cream stands have a flavor of the week.
Yeah. Well, so what it's going to come down to is at some Tuesday episode in the future, I'm going to show up and I'm going to be eating a crumble cookie, and then we're going to have to remember this. It's going to take a while. I can tell you it is not going to be this week because I have a Penguins game on Tuesday night. So I'll be going to that instead of driving all the way out to Crumble. But at some Tuesday episode in the future, I will be eating a crumble cookie while we record. It's going to sneak up on you. You're going to have forgotten about it, and then I'm going to pop up.
A lot of jokes were made when Texas Tech gets that final touchdown, and it's just like the crumble sign in the end zone.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It was perfect. So I just feel like BYU is just not a good matchup for Texas Tech.
No, they're just not as good as Texas Tech is. Full stop. And that's fine.
I feel like
the whole Big 12. I don't think matched up well with Texas Tech this year. The one loss they had, their quarterback was hurt.
Yeah. Who did they beat? Who did they lose to?
Arizona State. I had to go look that up because I couldn't remember.
That makes sense.
Yes, they lost a close one to Arizona State in Tempe in October.
Yeah, that's not a bad loss. Yeah, that's fine.
In the MAC title game, Western Michigan 23, Miami of Ohio 13. Western Michigan logged 15 QB pressures, made Miami's quarterback living hell. This wasn't their normal quarterback. Miami's normal quarterback had said he's not playing in this game.
Well, if I knew that the opposing team was going to do that to me, I would strongly consider not playing in this game.
No, I love that. I love that Miami.
This is an injury, not an opt-out, right?
So this was DeQuan Finn was the quarterback at Toledo who transferred to Miami, and then with a couple of games to go in the season, it was just like I'm gonna go prepare for the draft. I don't know what else happened there. So Miami, Ohio went with another quarterback, and they still wound up in the MAC championship game. So shout out to Chuck Martin, coaching job there. That was an incredible. It's crazy. As soon as they went to the other quarterback, they still kept winning. So Goskowski it's Gotkowski, not Gosk. That's a different one. But he got hurt he was the backup to Finn, and he got hurt in the championship game. So they had to go to the backup, the third stringer, Henry Hessen. And he was 7 for 20. But
Henry Hessen doesn't sound like a quarterback name.
Gotkowski wasn't doing that much better either. He was 7 for 17. So
Gotkowski also doesn't sound like a quarterback name.
Ouchie.
Yeah. Western Michigan was all over them. It was basically 23-6 for and then Miami got a touchdown, and Western Michigan just basically drained the entire clock at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats. First MAC title since 2016.
Yay!
With PJ Fleckenstein.
In the SWAC title game, Prairie View A&M beats Jackson State at Jackson State 23-21. That is a huge win for Prairie View A&M. Their first SWAC title since 2009.
Yeah. So that was their first SWAC title that they got. So they had the long losing streak, and they didn't win the SWAC again until 2009, and then they finally win the SWAC this year. This was a huge win for Prairie View. There was a part in Prairie View I was like, no, what are you doing, Prairie View? I was like, Prairie View, oh my God, why? The quarterback was going in for a touchdown, and he was on the 3-yard line, and all he needed to do was get to the 2 for a first down, but decides to go full body extension to try to get in Stretch Armstrong from the 3. And then he gets stripped, and Jackson State takes over on the 2 or 1 yard line, and they're only up 2, but Prairie View's defense holds. Prairie View A&M was then able to basically execute the kneels with 2 minutes remaining, which that math always confuses me. When there's 2 minutes remaining in the game, I'm like, well, they could just kneel it out. And I'm like, well, 40 plus 40 plus 40. And I was like, that's really close. And I was like, so you have to do I'm going to wait a couple of seconds before I kneel thing, And so they were able to execute that well, and even though they had a false start in the middle of it. But the end game interview with Prairie View A&M's head coach, amazing interview. If you can find it, get it. Listen to it. It's phenomenal. It was great. He then go to the Celebration Bowl for the first time ever. Shout out to the Panthers.
They'll be facing the South Carolina State Bulldogs in the Celebration Bowl.
And that's this weekend.
That is this weekend.
There's a weird quirk this year because we had the 2 bye weeks during the season.
Yep.
But we do not have a week off this year between this past weekend and bowl games. We got
Army Navy and bowl games start exactly.
Yes, and Army Navy. Is the Celebration Bowl going up against Army Navy?
No, it's first.
Okay.
Army Navy is at 3:30.
Okay, so then you actually have a full day there. You've got the Celebration Bowl, Army Navy, and the LA Bowl is also then. So
the bucked up LA Bowl with Gronk. Sorry, I just had to say it that way.
Y'all, there was a time period in the middle of Saturday where we all start messaging each other, going, "Shit, there's nothing here." It's the SEC title game. Georgia is holding down Alabama and just wailing on them. And we're going, oh no, this isn't funny, Pitt Girl.
I saw the first 3 drives of this game, including the Georgia blocked punt, which I then posted, was I think this saved us from this game being 9-6. And then I went to the top of a mountain to light a gigantic bonfire in the hopes of summoning snow for this winter. And I think that was the right choice, especially because I didn't have cell signal.
I decided to fix drywall.
You made a better choice.
This game not being a great game, I think to me is a skill issue. This game started, I saw a couple drives, and at first you see okay, it didn't start good for Alabama, but they got a block punt, they threw a pick. I don't think they got to 5, so that was a problem right there for them.
You got to get 5. Yeah.
It's okay, they've made some mistakes. So if they can just recover from that and get their offense on track, then they can be in this. That just didn't happen all game. But it didn't matter because, I left to go to a volleyball game. So I also had better things to do. And this game also didn't matter according to the College Football Playoff Committee. So I don't see what the big deal about talking about it is.
The timeline was bleak at this point.
I
Because
went
once
to
Go outside. Go for a walk.
I did. I went outside and with my kiddo, and we added some
There
more
you go.
Christmas lights and stuff. That's
I was driving home at this point.
Yeah,
So
just-
my biggest complaint was that I had nothing on the radio to listen to.
like I watched Illinois State finish the comeback over North Dakota State, and I was just like, this I'm not watching this SEC championship game. I was like, I'm gonna step outside. I'm just gonna step outside. Let's go put up some more lights and let's have some fun with the kiddos and whatnot.
Yeah,
That's
you
fine.
too can touch grass.
Yeah, I was like, this is
It's fine because then we got
day.
we got to the 7 p.m. slot and things got better for us. Because Duke 27, Virginia 20, sending the whole fucking thing into just chaos.
The ACC remains a dumb bitch with terrible taste who will never change or improve. We promise.
Is there a more fitting sponsor for a game than this being the Subway ACC championship game?
Oh,
Eat fresh.
Like,
oh my god!
This is the combination of maybe ordering like a tuna sub and then also getting one of those footlong cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what this football game feels like.
You put bacon on that tuna sub, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you?
And raw onions, lots of raw onions.
I'm upset.
Duke opened the game with a 16 play drive. That's all we sort of like that was set the table for this whole thing. And then we had Duke doing things like converting on 4th down a bunch of times on one drive, twice, and then a fake punt. Same drive, just to throw more into it. And the overtime featured my favorite thing. Duke punching it in on 4th and goal. Virginia immediately trying to get cute with the double pass and throwing an interception.
Look, if you had that double pass installed, the clock is ticking on when you're going to use it.
No,
might as well break it down now.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that thing was past its due date. Okay, it had already expired. This was Duke football's first outright ACC title since 1962. I have to append football every time I talk about Duke.
Yes.
Because everyone figures that talking about a Duke ACC title is not that interesting. Except here, it very much is.
Yeah, no, Duke and Syracuse are both like Duke affectionate, Syracuse affectionate in regard to football. Duke derogatory, Syracuse derogatory in respect to men's basketball.
It's the Gordon Ramsay meme.
Oh, I was going to say it's the HR meme.
It is the HR meme. Somebody made that, and it is correct.
And then number 1 Indiana. Like Indiana best team in the country. What the fuck are we saying?
Story time. After we went and summoned the Norse god of snow, obnoxiously Pitt boyfriend and I went to our favorite local brewery to get food. And we were sitting at the end of the bar, and there was a guy at the end of the bar who was talking about football, and I started talking to him because how often do I get to talk about football with people who aren't you guys? I love you guys, but it's exciting to talk to normies sometimes. This guy was a Notre Dame fan, and he was convinced that Ohio State was going to win this game by 3 scores, and I was like, LOL, they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hope he's having a good day today.
When we were walking the lights, there were like 2 teenagers, like a teenage couple behind us, and the girl was like, I'm going for Indiana, and the boyfriend or the person she was on a date with was like, I want Ohio to win. And I got really mad. I wanted to turn around. I was like, it's Ohio State.
You want the Bobcats to win?
I also want the Bobcats to win.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, Ohio, they did get a power conference win.
Hey.
The girl was on her phone the entire time with somebody that was just giving them updates on the Indiana Ohio State game. So I got to listen to the game. I got to listen to the game. Basically, like the girl and her friend were watching Indiana Ohio State, and I got to hear it as I'm walking lights with my kids.
Fantastic.
That's
we
how
are
I got
everywhere.
to hear this game.
That girl, welcome to the committee.
And you know what?
At
Ohio
least the
State
first half part, yes.
lost this game 13-10. Imagine that.
I hadn't even thought about that until you pointed it out.
That's got to be Ohio State's nightmare score, 13-10. No, Beth, I'm not doing it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This whole thing was, I like, it was one of those where, as a committee, we sort of fall short because it was a good game.
Yeah.
It was.
And it's not that we have a ton to talk about. I would say that there was a shanked field goal that was the 3 points that won this game.
Yeah, I think it's funny that Ohio State did the wide left thing again. Remember when we got to... It
was so fucking wide left.
Remember when we got to ring in the new year with Ohio State wide left?
Yeah.
They did it again.
Oh, maybe we get to do that in person this year.
Ooh.
So congratulations to number 1 Indiana. That's just... What?
When was the last time Indiana was number 1 in the AP football poll?
I don't think it's ever happened.
Never.
I don't think it's ever happened.
No.
There's no way. Because even at their absolute, even at their best, they were never number 1.
Oh, he cracked something for them. What did you crack? What do you got, Arthur?
Oh, I was just drinking another beer. This has nothing to do with Indiana. I have had the Indiana NIL beer. They had it on tap at the hotel I stayed at when I went to the IMSA race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. But I just I don't know, good for them, especially because I feel like people were coming into this game talking about, if you only care about the playoff, this game doesn't really matter because, we saw these teams are number 1 and number 2 coming in and they're number 1 and number 2 leaving. And, I guess that means you're on a different side of the bracket, but not a huge gap. But for Indiana fans, for what this means to win the conference championship, even if it doesn't drastically change their playoff experience, it does mean they're going to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
Which was not guaranteed if they had lost this game.
Right. Yeah. This is a big deal. It's a cool time for them.
Yeah. We talked about this. Go ahead.
It's a little bit of, tradition still alive.
It's also, this is the team that reliably just beat the fuck out of Indiana always.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The fact that they had to slay their own personal Leviathan to get it to take the number 1 ranking is very beautiful.
They had to do that a lot this year.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana, last year, they kind of avoided
everybody. Well, it comes from being Indiana and playing the same people over and over and over again and losing to them.
Last year, they kind of avoided everybody, and then they did lose to Ohio State, but they had to slay the Penn State. I know Penn State wasn't Penn State what they were supposed to be this year, but then they beat Ohio State first time since 1988, which is incredible to do, and from that point to go to the first Rose Bowl, I think since 1967, which is it's phenomenal for Indiana. I want to read a post from No Escalators.
Okay.
It says,
noted UConn fan.
Noted UConn fan, No Escalators, which, we were hoping for UConn to the Mayo Bowl, but it didn't work out. But he goes, Indiana was the worst team in college football for 150 years. And then they let you start paying players, and then they immediately became number 1. And the only conclusion that one can draw is they were the only ones who didn't realize you could pay players under the table for the first 150 years.
So I would like to take a moment to contextualize the enormity of this for Indiana as well. This is a statistic I read on last Tuesday's show, but I'm going to read it again. Indiana, prior to literally yesterday, Indiana had 2 Big Ten championship wins, one in 1945 and one in 1967, despite being a founding member of the Big Ten, having a football program that has existed since 1887.
Yeah.
Kurt Signetti, God bless him, is 24-2. He has a .923 win percentage. But Indiana's all-time record, as it stands today, is still 525, 719, and 46. This is such a like tremendous, enormous thing. Indiana's bowl game record is 3-11, and they are the number 1 team in the country, getting a first round bye.
Incredible.
This is why we exist. Our precious baby has grown up. Look at him. He's so big and strong. It's the IU with the like swole arms now.
Just don't look what happened last year to other teams that got first round byes.
Yeah. Maybe this year will be different.
In D2, just want to quickly mention a couple of things. Kutztown beats Frostburg State.
Kutztown. We talked about this.
Kutztown.
Thank you.
Kutztown. I love how Kutztown beat Frostburg State 51-29, and then Fair State beat Minnesota State 52-29. They just had to like one up them.
Just a little bit.
The interesting side of the bracket is that Newberry beats number 1 seed Albany State 31-24. And in D2, they reseed at this point in the playoffs.
At this point. So the top...
we have teams number 1, 2, 3, and then Newberry's like 24.
Yeah. So they reseed. So we don't know who's going to get a home game. Have they reseeded yet or no?
Let's see here.
Let's see. I would think they had to at this point.
They had to have.
Playoffs.
They did.
Okay.
Newberry is going to Ferris State and Harding is going to Kutztown.
Oh.
So Harding will be on the road. Harding beat UT Permian Basin 34-28, but importantly,
that was a close one. Yeah.
Harding destroyed the NCAA record for team rushing yards, 6,308 in a single season.
Wow.
Now this is
that's so
not
many
in a regular season. These are with playoff games.
Playoffs.
So that's something that people have mentioned, an asterisk perhaps. But
yeah,
they have
because I think Friends University, NAIA school had like Harding set this, and then Friends University took it back, and then Harding was like, "No, we're going to take this back now." But they're still going, so throw some asterisks there. It's fine. Harding versus Kutztown. Does Harding like have? I mean, I think the way they run their offense should be okay to deal with Kutztown weather, right? In Pennsylvania, right?
Yeah,
yes.
and
I think so.
it's cold, but it's not too bad here. I don't think the weather's supposed to be bad next weekend.
It could get exciting.
Oh, it should be fun. Yeah, because Harding's from what?
Arkansas.
Yeah. So
we're polar vortexing a bit right now, and
fantastic!
We'll
this weekend could have excitement.
Ooh.
All right, I'm checking the 10-day for Kutztown. Please hold.
10-day
Saturday the 13th. As of right now, high 31, partly cloudy, 22% chance of precipitation.
Okay, so we got a week to go. We'll keep an eye on it.
The D3 game we need to mention and talk about the most is John Carroll at Mount Union. This is the Mount Union that is very, very good in D3 football, have won multiple national titles.
That Mount Union.
Lately have come up a little short. Like they'll win the regular season and then come up short in the playoffs. And once again, Mount Union gets upset this time by John Carroll 10-7. Commish, did you watch any of this one?
This made it to the quad box at a point of the double OT. Actually the OT. So this one was wild because Mount Union, John Carroll, first time Mount Union got the ball, their first play on offense after John Carroll punted to them, 85-yard touchdown. They're up 7-0. I'm like, oh God, well, Mount Union's got this one. John Carroll doesn't let Mount Union do anything for the rest of the fucking game. Incredible. John Carroll scores in the third quarter to make it 7-7. The game goes to overtime. Like, there's really like nobody's doing anything. Like, nobody can do anything. It's great. It goes to OT, so now you got a 25-yard field. This is great. John Carroll stops Mount Union. No points. So all they need is a field goal to win this. So John Carroll gets all the way down to the 1-yard line. John Carroll has a shot to win with an 18-yard field goal, but they miss an 18-yard field goal. So they go to double overtime.
It's such a short field goal to miss.
That is kind of like the shortest field goal you could possibly kick, I think. Because if you're on the 7 yards back, 18-yard field goal, I think that's the shortest field goal you could kick. To be fair, D3 kicker, a little bit off to the side, angle not necessarily that great. But still, you should probably make that. Now, in double OT, John Carroll gets the ball first after missing. They don't get to go anywhere whatsoever, but the kicker drills the 39-yarder. He's like, I just need it a little bit further back. 39-yarder, good. Mountain Union gets the ball. They go all the way down to the 4-yard line. It's 4th and goal on the 4. Mountain Union can kick a field goal to send this triple OT and then do the crazy 2-point conversion thing back and forth over and over again. Mountain Union says, fuck that. We're going for it. We're going for the win. We're at home. We do that. They gain a yard. John Carroll stops them. Incredible upset. Mountain Union goes out of the playoffs unexpectedly. Incredible win for John Carroll.
Susquehanna beats Eastern 29-0 on a camera that was like all 22 plus. They were way zoomed out.
They had a horrible streaming issue. It sucks. But Susquehanna was in the opening round of the D3 playoffs.
Oh, that's right. They made it through.
They are all the way to the final 8 playing the first weekend.
I was just checking this. They are at Johns Hopkins on Saturday.
Yeah, so they're at Johns Hopkins in Baltimore on Saturday against the 1 seed. They've already taken out a 1 seed. So Susquehanna is rolling. The Riverhawks are rolling. They're rolling on the Riverhawks.
Are you going to boat down to see the game?
I am considering it. See, the problem among several is that Army Navy is also in Baltimore that day.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Where are they going to put all those Army Navy people with all that Susquehanna traffic?
Yeah. Anyway, it's a nice drive.
I just love the idea of you sailgating a game in Baltimore and it's not Army Navy.
It's true. I could simply float down the river.
They're
and
rolling
around
on the Riverhawks
in the bay.
Little December tubing.
Oh yeah. I mean, Susquehanna could do that too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Tina Turner was singing about, rolling on the river, the Riverhawks.
Wisconsin Platteville is out of the playoffs. They lose to Bethel. Wisconsin River Falls is still in the playoffs.
Wow.
They beat St. John's, Minnesota 42-14. And of course, the number 1 seed North Central is still in. They beat Wisconsin Lacrosse.
I was closer than I thought it would be. So, I mean, we've been having some craziness in the lower levels of the playoffs.
I'm going to read a Reddit CFB post to y'all. I'm just going to read the sentence.
Okay.
And y'all tell me how much of this you understand.
Okay.
In D2 postseason action, the mighty Peacocks of Upper Iowa won the Albany's Candy Bowl, garnering them the coveted leg lamp trophy.
I understood most of this because Albany's makes the really good and fancy
gummy
bears.
fancy
Good
gummy bears.
gummy bears.
Yeah.
Good gummy bears.
Well,
yeah.
and I
The
also there are a lot of trophies that if you just said the name of them, I wouldn't be able to picture, right? Like if you tell me Little Brown Jug, if I hadn't seen it before, I don't know how little it is. I don't know what shape. Like, is it like a Gatorade cooler? Is it like one of those like gallon jugs, like a Borg or something? Like, I don't know what it is. If you tell me leg lamp, like I've seen that movie, so I have an exact image in my head. And I know that like based on the success of the movie, they made these things for real. Like you can buy one of these. Yes. So this is the rivalry trophy that I'm pretty sure I know exactly what it looks like.
So the important question that I have here is how and why the leg lamp came to be the trophy for this. Albany's Candy Bowl, let me know. I want to know.
My concern is that the
I linked an article
in the players handling this trophy, and like it's famously fragile.
It is fragile.
So.
My concern about this game is whether or not this game smells like a recently opened bag of Albany's gummy bears, which is the strongest smelling gummy bear I have ever encountered in the wild.
So is this not a Haribo podcast?
Have you had Albany's gummies? They're good.
They're real
fine.
good.
I don't know that I could tell you a quality difference between Albanese and Haribo.
What?
Dude.
Ooh.
Sir.
Good sir.
Albanese also comes in a whole bunch of other flavors. Like you get a bag of Albanese, there's like 10 different flavors in there. Haribo's got like 4.
I feel like Haribo is kind of tough, man. Like
and they all taste like the pineapple one because the pineapple flavor just kind of goes through all of them.
Okay, I didn't realize we had such strong gummy opinions.
Yeah, I have opinions. Anyway, we have determined the article says why the leg lamp trophy is a thing. And it's because the movie is based on a book whose author grew up in Hammond, Indiana, which is very close to where the bowl game is.
That's a real long ways to get to a trophy.
Yeah, but leg lamp.
Sure, leg lamp. I mean, I'm down for that.
I feel like someone bought one of these and then was like, "Oh, I need something to do with this." Like, if you actually got a leg lamp, how long do you think it would last in your house before you're like, "I gotta find something else to do with this. Let's make it a college football rivalry trophy."
I mean, that's how you clear shit out of your house.
What could I do with this in San Antonio? I could, incarnate word.
Yes, yeah.
Incarnate word versus, UTRGV plays for the leg lamp.
No, Incarnate Word versus UTRGV plays for an identical copy of your beloved inflatable Christmas gator.
Oh, that's nice. The 9-foot inflatable Christmas gator that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be good.
Now, what teams would play for a positivity rabbit?
I was going to call it a positivity gator because it makes you so happy.
I love putting this up because it's so out of place. Like an alligator in San Antonio makes no sense, but I love putting it up. It's awesome.
We do need to do, since we're doing this episode backwards, a little Coach Carousel talk. Penn State finally hired someone.
Now, listen. This was totally the plan all along, and they just messaged the wrong dude. A totally believable and plausible excuse for how this happened.
They got the wrong Matt Campbell.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of Matts Campbell out there.
That's true. And if my job was writing on how all of this went and how I handled it, I would want to come up with a cockamamie excuse as well.
Did you guys see the leaked audio?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
That goes down smooth with a nice Chianti.
It really does. The only thing I will say about the leaked audio is this. Penn State, I would not be throwing around accusations about other Big Ten schools and towns that other Big Ten schools are in being, quote, full of weirdos.
Just saying. They have...
Oregon by 1 million the next time they play.
Oh my God. Dan Lanning is going to print this out and put it on like a vinyl banner and drape it over everything.
He's going to be playing this on loop at practice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We have so they hire Matt Campbell.
Good hire.
Yeah, good
what
hire.
a disaster of a process.
I mean,
from Iowa State, but this creates a chain reaction.
One
where
coach,
Iowa State then picks up Wazoo's head coach after only 1 year, opening Wazoo up.
Poor Wazoo.
That sucks for Wazoo because the coach that left was South Dakota State's former head coach who left to go to Wazoo, and now he's back in kind of the region that he was in. So I mean, Iowa State's got a great hire. In that, I want to give a shout out to Iowa State's AD for like handling this process very well and being really like open and honest with like feelings and like Matt Campbell leaving and whatnot. It's very refreshing to see that from an AD, which I mean he was saying like Matt Campbell doesn't owe us anything. I mean like he turned the program, and people just like Matt Campbell's winning percentage is only like 50%, and I'm like,
you know how hard a job Iowa State is.
And then like you look at it, like somebody just posted like this is Iowa State's historical record over time, and it's like 1/20th out of like 136.
Mm-hmm.
or 130 something. But and then I was like, yeah, man, this was an incredibly hard job. He did a great job at it, and for Iowa State to get this coach, that's a great hire. Because I mean, he got Wazoo to a bowl game once they got their feet underneath them after all that turnover. It just sucks for Wazoo. Like I'm so bummed for Wazoo.
At least Matt Campbell only has to deal with Kirk Ferentz every other presidential administration now.
I think Matt Campbell's
it is funny that he's going to the same conference as Iowa now, and it's like, oh, he doesn't have to play them much anymore.
It's just
the same conference.
It's like, man, it's like, I'm tired of Kirk Ferentz. I can't fully get away from him, but I get some separation from Kirk Ferentz. Because the funny thing is, like, when the Penn State news, like, Kirk Ferentz said he was coming back, and then like basically the next day or almost later in the same day, Matt Campbell's like, I'm going to Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, I like to think that Matt Campbell's like, I'm gonna stay if Kirk leaves. And the Kirk's like, I'm coming back, and he's like, Matt Campbell's like,
well,
I can't do this anymore.
In terms of the official announcement, I think Iowa State scooped Penn State like on their hire. Like, they announced Matt Campbell's replacement before Penn State actually announced that they were hiring him.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is that Penn State's board still hasn't approved the hire of Matt Campbell.
Yeah, they don't even meet till tomorrow.
They don't meet until Monday.
Well, yeah. I mean, they were busy.
They don't work
weekends. Them to come in on a weekend?
I know.
No.
Yeah, some of them are on a book tour.
It's a sweet gig. I want that gig.
Kansas State's Chris Kleiman has retired. Now, here's how you know we're getting old. Excuse me?
I was like, this one's kind of like, I don't know if this was like a retirement or like a retirement in quotes, because it seemed like there was some stuff there where they wanted him to retire.
I mean, he's only 58, right?
I have no clue.
Honestly, if true, I respect that. You've made millions of dollars. Go play golf or do whatever it is that you want to do. Like, live your life.
I like. There's sometimes we talk about when you fire someone, it's like, oh, like, who are you firing him for? Well, in this one, he retires, but Kansas State, I mean, they had their eye on someone.
Yes.
Who, has some connections to Kansas State.
Yeah.
And they really wanted to get him in to be the head coach.
Someone who I literally remember playing for Kansas State, which makes me feel old as shit.
I remember him too, which also makes me feel old.
This is Colin Klein, former K-State quarterback and A&M OC.
I like Kleiman retiring. The funny thing is Kleiman was like, hey, I'm going to head back to North Dakota State. And he was in the stadium for that Illinois State win.
Oh.
But like Kleiman won a lot of championships with North Dakota State. So, like a lot. So, man, it's crazy. It's a weird retirement for me. Like you could kind of see this year like wear on him a lot. Like I feel like this was a really, really rough year for Kansas State, and them opting out of a bowl game. I completely understand them doing that. They played in Ireland, so I get it. And Iowa State also opting out of a bowl game. They played in Ireland too. I could see that. Yeah, both of them just like, yeah, we're good.
As an aside, the Big 12 is fining them $500,000 a piece for opting out of the bowl game, which is interesting.
I mean, they're required. They're contracted to fill these slots in bowl games.
Well, and it has revenue implications for the conference too.
But I feel like that is I mean, that's a good price to pay if like you're going through a transition. Like K-State's new coach is going to be coordinating for A&M in a playoff game. And Iowa State's, new coach, coming from the Palouse is going to take a bit of time. But,
I think he gives a fuck.
It's not the Oregon Trail anymore, man.
Man, driving out there,
dysentery.
Driving out there, it's like, man, this is in the middle of fucking nowhere.
They sent a private jet, and I know that because it was in the news article I read about this Iowa State hire, because they weren't sure who he was taking with him, and like I guess the way that they found out which like staffers, assistants he was taking with him to Iowa State was who got on the private jet.
Yeah, that's fair. It's a good way of solving that problem.
At Virginia Tech, James Franklin has hired Brent Pry back as DC.
Love this.
I mean, you want someone who knows the area, who has experience coaching at Virginia Tech.
I tweeted. I was just like, this is kind of weird.
Yes, it's very weird.
I mean, it is kind of weird, but it also makes sense.
It is kind of beautiful though, because you've got Brent Pry, who was fired, who's getting paid his buyout.
Yeah.
His buyout has an offset clause in it for if he gets another job. I guess what I'm saying is Virginia Tech, he's getting his money one way or another.
Is this how money laundering works?
It does seem like that. It feels weird. It's just like, hey, you just got out of a long-term relationship, but let's stay friends. And I would like you to meet my new boyfriend.
Yeah. You know what? You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of this one scene in Talladega Nights, which honestly, rather than describing it, I could probably just try to like play it for you right here. But because I have it queued up.
While Arthur works on that, I will read the three-year Letterman post into the record, who has described this situation as, quote, "This is like your wife divorcing you, getting remarried, and then inviting you back to be the live-in butler."
It's the mail for that invitation to the wedding, because I want you there.
What?
I know it. There's some bad stuff happened just now, but in time, because the wedding's not going to be for a couple of weeks.
Why would I want to come to your guy's wedding?
You're going to get over it, and you're going to be my best man.
I'm not going to be your best man.
Baby, he's not going to come to the wedding.
Cal, do you realize the implications of your actions right now?
What's the implication mean?
We are no longer friends.
Why?
What do you mean, why? You're wrecking my life.
You just lost your wife. You just lost your job. Don't throw out your best friend because of your anger.
We will note that Brent Pry was the DC for James Franklin for a good bit, essentially before taking the Virginia Tech job.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Brent Pry, this has gotta feel weird as hell. But like you can keep your house and you don't have to move.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I'm trying to think about that. Is this like you've broken up and then your ex gets back with their ex, who's also your ex, and now you're a throuple? Because, like, I think that's what this actually is.
I don't know what's going on.
It's messy as shit, whatever it is.
I feel like you know, it's like your ex broke up with you, but you're still together on the lease, and then she invites the new boyfriend to move in until the lease runs out.
This is just Mrs. Doubtfire. That's all this is.
Hello, I'm Brent Pry.
James Madison has hired Billy Napier from Florida. Well, formerly of Florida. He was let go by Florida before. I'm not going to make it sound like James Madison poached Florida's coach. Let's put it that way. That's not the way that's went. Cal has hired Tosh. Is it Lupoi?
I think it's just
Lupoi from Oregon. Cal Poly has hired Tim Skipper, the interim boy from UCLA.
The interim no more, because Tim Skipper has been the interim for Fresno State, and then the next year he's the interim for UCLA. It's nice for him to get a head coaching job. So good luck to the Mustangs next year with Tim Skipper.
Memphis has pulled Charles Huff from Southern Miss, formerly of a year ago
Marshall. Yeah, he's hopped a year to year, which
he's been everywhere, man. He's been
I mean that's a weird kind of coaching saga. The way that
like the transfer
time at Marshall ended,
where
like he won the Sun Belt, and Marshall was like, absolutely not. That is,
no
like,
more.
we do
we
not
are not
like
renewing
winning
you.
the Sun Belt.
We're done. And then Southern Miss was
good.
like, yeah, we're gonna win the Sun Belt West here. And then like they kind of collapsed at the end, and then Memphis was like, hey man, come on down. Or come on up.
Look, being kind of in the driver's seat, be like, oh, they're going to make a conference championship game, and then kind of blowing it down the stretch. He might be a good fit for Memphis.
Oh.
At UAB, they have promoted the interim Alex Mortensen. Alex Mortensen played football at Arkansas for a bit, played for the Titans for a bit.
Yeah, he's the son of former ESPN reporter Chris Mortensen. So if you know about him, The Mort report, whatever. Yeah, that's his son.
This was one where there was some stuff coming out that they were looking at
the Presbyterian head coach. Yeah.
I don't like. This seemed like this was not a job that people were all that interested in.
No.
From what the reporting suggested, that they end up just elevating the interim. Almost. I feel like that's kind of punting on like the actual coaching search. If you're like, okay, no one wants to coach here, we'll just keep the interim.
So I have info on the UAB situation, just from because I was worried that they were going to try to poach ULM's head coach Bryant Vincent, the former interim head coach at UAB when Bill Clark left. Apparently, ULM's head coach Bryant Vincent was just like, I'm not going back there as long as the president and the AD are still there. Because I mean, I'm sure there's no feelings lost in between those folks after they hired Trent Dilfer, which that worked out well. But I mean,
it's good. Yeah. Is it good when you hire Trent Dilfer that you then get to make another coaching hire?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on in UAB. I
mean, I do on one level. I kind of like, because we kind of talk about, maybe they should have kept the interim last time.
Yeah, and then
they're like, okay, well, we'll keep the interim this time.
We learned our lesson.
I mean,
we're always fighting the last war.
The interim last time won a bunch of games as the interim head coach.
Yeah,
I guess this interim did beat Memphis, but
he did. He did beat somebody at the last week of the season too, right?
Yes.
Was it Tulsa?
It was like Tulsa.
Yeah.
USF picks up Brian Hartline, the OC from Ohio State. North Texas picks up formerly from West Virginia, formerly from Troy, Neil Brown. Okay.
Sure.
We'll take care of him.
It'll be fine.
Given his success previously when he was in the Sun Belt at Troy, I can see it. And Neil Brown, like, geographically, that does make sense. I think it is a little bit of a maybe not super like high ceiling hire, but I don't like. I've seen people criticizing this hire because of Neil Brown wasn't that successful at West Virginia, and I don't think that's fair to put that all on him.
Then UConn finally picks up Jason Candle from Toledo. We've always talked about him.
Yeah, I like this hire, and shout out to Jason Candle for being a guy that like came up in a lot of coaching searches, but just never moved. And we couldn't really figure out why. Seems like he was maybe just waiting for the right opportunity. Interested to see how this one shakes out.
Yeah, very much. Like
so. Jason Candle also at Toledo, there were years where you kind of felt like, okay, Toledo should probably go to the MAC championship game this year.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't go that much. Like, they won a MAC championship, but they didn't go quite as often as you'd think they should based on how good they were. And now he's at a school that you don't have to worry about conference championships.
It's true.
I feel like this was just like maybe a little bit of a Silverfield situation for Jason Candle. Like Silverfield probably should have left Memphis sooner. He didn't do it. And maybe Jason Candle should have left sooner, or maybe he didn't have the right opportunity. But then they both leave this year, which I don't know if Toledo people are bummed about this, because there was some Toledo people who was like, I think we need to move on from Jason Candle, but it's just like he keeps taking us to a bowl game.
Yeah, he's been there a long time, but he's also like he's pretty good. He's 81-44, 3 of 5 in bowl games, 2 MAC championships, 3 MAC West division wins. MAC Coach of the Year twice. Like that's pretty good.
Well, with Jason Candle and Ryan Silverfield both, though, it felt like they were there a little longer than expected, but they also didn't win quite as much as expected. Like you were thinking, like, you'd think he'd gotten hired, but also you would have thought that they would have came through in a few more big games that would have gotten him that opportunity.
Hey, he did win the 6 overtime game above Sports Bowl over Pitt last year.
Did do that.
And
that's true. I was there.
He's also the winningest coach in Toledo history. So
he was there long enough.
Sac State's coach Brennan Marion is leaving Sacramento State to become an OC for Dion at Colorado. This leaves go ahead.
This makes a lot of sense as a hire. Brennan Marion was at Pitt for a while. He runs a really fun offense, so I will be interested to see that.
He's someone that like he's had a lot of different jobs. Like he's not someone that's stayed under one head coach. So it's going to be interesting. Like I'm interested in seeing how he coexists with Dion.
Yes, I am also interested in that because based off of what we have heard about him, he and Dion are either going to get along great or they're going to start fighting like cats and dogs. Either one of those is going to be interesting.
I'm looking at Brendan Marion's like Wikipedia. He's 38 years old, and like this is his Wikipedia for coaching.
Oh, he's been everywhere, literally from Hawaii to William and Mary.
It's I mean, all over the place, but some people have talked that maybe this is a potential head coach in waiting after Dion.
Then that means, go ahead.
Yeah, the vibe there fits. And I don't, it's a thought.
Our still open jobs are Tulane, Coastal, Wazoo, Southern Miss, and Toledo now. Commish, we completely forgot about the ULM AD being from the kid from The Blind Side.
Man.
Did we forget or do we just not want to?
Yeah. I feel like we can just kind of ignore that one. Like,
Commish, how do you feel about it?
I have inside information, and it's a little bit more. I don't even know how to say this, but like, oh man, there's so ULM was in a budget deficit, right? And so let's just say the budget deficit may have disappeared, and maybe the job here is not fully. I don't even know what I can't even.
Okay.
I'm trying to dance around it, but it's just like
no, it's fine. It's fine. I can cut this.
No, you don't have to cut it. It's just like I didn't say anything, but it's just I will say from the outside, just like looking at it, if you just take it at face value, it's
weird.
There's much more behind the scenes than what you see at face value. I'll say that.
Okay.
I do feel like maybe at some point in some off season we could do like a Blind Side retrospective. Not necessarily like reviewing the movie, but just talking about like how it's aged.
I think Split Zone beat us to that one.
Yeah.
We have a couple minutes left. Let's at least talk about not who's going to be in all the bowl games, but some of the things that happened today on Selection Sunday.
Yeah.
First off, the ACC once again took for fucking ever to get all of their people in.
I was beginning to get worried that they were going to stick West Virginia in the Mayo Bowl again after I was promised I would not have to watch this team anymore, because that's what happened the last time they took forever.
Yeah, I mean, I was timing it, and it was like 30 minutes less than it was 2 years ago. If you don't remember, 2 years ago, the ACC was not prepared for Florida State to miss the playoff, and they had to basically redo all of their bowl tie-ins at the after the selection show. Which, if you don't know, these things, when the selection show happens, and then almost immediately, like Brett McMurphy or whoever is scooping all the bowls. That they're not actually they're getting hammered out in the days leading up. And there is a certain amount of guesswork where you're like, okay, we think this team will be available, so that's who's going to this bowl. You also should have some contingency plans where you're like, okay, this is what we do in this situation, but if they're not available, like that. So
you make your draft big board.
Yeah, right. It's and the way that a lot of these work, like the conferences have some input, but the bowls also have a lot of input. Like there's a lot of independent organizations that you have to balance, and you have like multiple bowls, right? Like I know the ACC, they kind of have for their top couple tiers, they have groups of 3, but what's funny is the second group of 3, they're all kind of equal. But what usually ends up happening is they all want the same team. Mm-hmm. So like 2 years ago, they drew bowl games out of a hat to decide who got Notre Dame. I don't know how they decided who got Clemson this year, because these three games, I believe the Sun Bowl, the Pinstripe Bowl, and the Mayo Bowl all wanted Clemson.
Of course.
And the Pinstripe Bowl ended up getting them. So I don't know if they had to draw names out of a hat again, but it was a good 3 hours, more than that. It was like 4 hours almost after the selection show, after they'd announced the teams for the ACC this year, to come out and start announcing, like, okay, here's who's playing in our bowl games.
We should
and like every other conference had announced all their stuff.
Yeah, we should probably acknowledge why this took so long. And gentle listener, that is because, the top 12 teams in the country go to the college football playoff, and about which we will not discuss any further tonight, of course. And the Notre Dame is not an ACC member. They will be very clear with you that they are not an ACC member. But they are part of the ACC bowl tie-in structure, and they did not make the college football playoff. So then they got asked to go to the Pop-Tarts Bowl to play BYU, which would have been great. And then they said no, and they took their ball and went home. And that blew up everything. Great work.
And so we had a lot of bowl games only got half of it listed. We knew Mississippi State, for example, was going to be the Duke's Mayo Bowl for a long time before we knew that Wake was going to be there.
Yeah, it took a bit to do that. I'm fine with Notre Dame not doing the bowl game thing.
I get it, but at the same time, it feels just kind of like,
no, with the transfer portal, it's not going to be the same team.
Yeah, I know.
I want to be clear though. My like displeasure with this is purely because it made it take so damn long. Like, because I'm trying to figure out where Pitt's going, book all my travel, and then get on with my day, and they're dragging this stuff out by hours. Like, I got things to do.
That's
my whole gripe.
That's not on them. That's on a different committee. We're the good committee, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
The other one was that we were desperately searching for someone to play Georgia Southern in the Birmingham Bowl. We did find someone. It is Appalachian State.
Which
so this what happened was that we ended up with having to find another 5-7 team because we'd had Notre Dame drop out, we had Iowa State drop out, we had Kansas State drop out, which meant that even though we added an extra bowl game, the Xbox Bowl in Frisco, Texas, we were now going to be multiple people short and had to dip into 5-7. So we ended up with 5-7 Rice at the Armed Forces Bowl, 5-7 Mississippi State going to the Duke's Mayo Bowl, and then we have a 5-7 App State playing Georgia Southern in a rematch.
So the situation here, this was also Notre Dame's fault, right? Because Iowa State and Kansas State, they opted out, but they opted out ahead of time. Like, it was not like going into Selection Sunday, the committee knew already to not account for them. And so they were able to get Mississippi State and Rice lined up as 5-7 teams. Notre Dame, kind of at the last minute. I mean, they didn't do this until after the selection show. So very last minute. And then suddenly it's like, okay, you have to find a team. And this game specifically, like they announced that Georgia Southern was going to be playing a team in the Birmingham Bowl. And, they must have been going through every 5-7 team before they got down to App State. I mean, there were only a couple 5-7 teams left.
Oh yeah, they did. They asked, I saw a tweet, they like specifically asked Rutgers and Temple and a bunch of other 5-7 teams, and they all declined. I love that App State said yes here, because we get pina colada deeper than hate. Like, yeah, you know what? We're going to throw down again. Why the fuck not? I love this.
Playing for the ass trophy. Let's go.
And now, of course, we are here to finally discuss the playoff bracket and the snubs. We'll start with, at the very top, number 1, Indiana. And from there,